You've only got to take a few steps from the CBD of Adelaide and you're going to rock up past the Botanical Gardens and straight at the National Wine Centre. This place is unbelievable, and one of my favourite stats about Adelaide is that behind me, that vineyard is the only vineyard in a CBD anywhere in the world, and we have it right here at the National Wine Centre. But this place is much more than that. Here you go, you want another fact? It's got the largest open cellar in the Southern Hemisphere, and it's right here on our doorstep.
In 2000, the State Government of South Australia built the National Wine Centre of Australia. This is the repository of the Australian wine story. We're sitting in the largest open cellar in the Southern Hemisphere, holds up to 18,000 bottles of Australian wine. Out of the 65 Australian wine regions currently, we're cellaring about 55 of them. And it's available for people to come into any time that they like.
Thank you.
We come here anytime we can get a chance to get away from work for our lunch breaks.
Yeah, and we just love the atmosphere here, we love the food, and everyone's really friendly. Cheers.
So if you come here, you have to try the crispy squid.
I
That's
agree,
my
yeah.
favourite meal here.
I love the squid, yeah.
When I'm not getting the chips.
Or the rose baguettes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty good as well.
Righto, the girls love it and the location here is obviously amazing, but what exactly is the National Wine Centre?
It's a lot of things. It's a function centre, it's a restaurant. One of the greatest experiences you can have here is to come along and have our Taste of South Australia tasting, where we've got a range of South Australian produce expertly prepared to match with a range of South Australian wine. It's an amazing wine collection. It's a tourism destination and it's a must-see tourism attraction. Also, it's a teaching institution. We look to educate people about Australian wine.
Okay, if you listen to one thing I say today, SA, listen to this because it's so important. You do not need to come to a wedding or a function to come and enjoy the National Wine Centre. And I reckon that is a huge misconception in South Australia. It's perfect for lunch, dinner, drinks with mates. This is such an important point.
It's not just a function centre. We are very, very good at functions. We're award-winning in that space. The last 2 years, we've been named as the Function Centre of the Year in South Australia. However, it's not the end-all and be-all of who we are. We're certainly available for people to come in here and start their Australian wine journey or their love story with Australian wine right here.
We're in our wines bar. This is where we have one of the largest selections of wines available by the glass in the world. We focus solely on Australian wines. My favourite thing about the Wine Centre is this magic card here. This is our enigmatic card that gives access to all of the wines in the centre. Look, it's really simple. You rock up, you swap over either a driver's licence or a credit card for one of our cards. You pop the card in the machine, select the wine that you want to try, you press the button, wine comes out, and then have a drink. The beauty of this is you get to try 120 wines from around Australia all at your fingertips. This is the biggest tasting of Australian wine in the world.
Geez, it's pretty impressive, isn't it? This is the foyer of the National Wine Centre. That side is made of rammed earth, South Australian soil. What's it designed for? Well, to keep this place nice and cool. And downstairs, there's 18,000 bottles of wine that make up the cellar, and that wall goes to great lengths to keep them nice and cool. But on this side, check out the design. Can you see like the wooden structure? What do you reckon that's meant to resemble? Can you work it out? It's pretty simple when you think about it. It's a wine barrel. Check it out. That shape is so cool. This place is the home of functions in Adelaide. How many functions do you reckon they have a year here at the National Wine Centre? I can tell you it's only a couple functions short of 1,000 functions every single year. Oh, I nearly forgot to mention, how's this? For $15, you can actually do a guided tour around the National Wine Centre and you'll learn everything you need to know about Australian wine.
With the tour, we cover a lot of different aspects within the wine industry and also with the National Wine Centre. So we actually cover the history of the building, how it was built, the beautiful architectural structure of it, our vineyard on site, the history of wine, how wine started here in Australia. We've got this fantastic screen behind me which has a 3-minute video of the introduction to wine. My favourite thing here at the moment would definitely be our new virtual reality Riverland experience. So you put the goggles on, you sit in the nice comfy chair that we have and take a virtual reality trip to the Riverland, and you really are immersed into the Riverland. We're open 7 days a week, and it's the perfect place to start your Australian wine journey.
One of the strongest features about the National Wine Centre has got to be its close proximity to the city and the botanical gardens. I mean, have a look at where we are right now. I just found out something that I can promise you I'll be doing in the next week or two. I didn't even know this. Friday afternoons and Sundays, they do live music. You can sit out in this kind of environment here at the Wine Centre drinking South Australian wines, and they've got beers and stuff as well. But the environment and the atmosphere is insanely awesome.
If you haven't been to the National Wine Centre, come down and see us. With 120 wines on tasting every day, we're bound to find something that you like.
South Aussie with Carsey.